I literally just filmed this video and my camera was off this whole entire time. So I'm gonna film it again. What's going on YouTube, Aaron here, and in this video I'm gonna show you how to improve your lead quality literally like that instantly, so that way the money you're spending on those leads are actually promising and those leads are gonna actually buy your product or service. Let's go on with the video. So you may have seen people bragging about, oh, how they've been able to get 100 leads in let's say 4 days or something like that. So that's because these are pretty much very low quality leads. So what these low quality leads are leads that aren't really going to buy your product or service. For example, a high quality lead is someone who's really intended on actually buying your product or service, but you still have to do some convincing, you still have to show your value before they actually decide to buy it. And don't get me wrong, getting 100 leads or a lot of leads, a lot of low quality leads is still very valuable, because you can use that to retarget those leads, which I'll talk about later in this video, or you can set up a lookalike audience in which Facebook's gonna find the people who are most similar to those, let's say 100 leads you got, and then these people are more inclined to become leads, and then you can do the strategies I'm going to talk about now, so that way the only people that become leads are leads that are actually going to buy your product or service. So the first tip I want to tell you guys is to use the copy to your advantage to qualify the leads so that you only get high quality leads. The easiest way to do this is just to put the price of your product or service right there on the Facebook ad. So for example, if you're selling a $100 product or you're selling a $100 service, say that it's $100. You might want to say that you're having a special or something like that. Still plain and simple, just say the price. So that way when people actually see your ad and then they actually see the price and they still become a lead, they already know what the price is. That means they're actually inclined to buy your product or service. So give them value and then just say the price, flat out, I'm charging this amount of money. And then if the person still becomes a lead, you can be rest assured that they're very interested in your product or service. The next way to improve the lead quality instantly is to have long copy. So you may have seen some advertisements where it's literally a book of all this information and of all this testimonials maybe, or a story for the most part. Well, there are two reasons why people do long copy. With long copy, people are consuming your content more, they're more invested into you, and if they're more invested into you, that builds more trust between you and the customer, and the more trust that the customer has, the more likely they are to actually become a lead and buy whatever product or service that you're selling. And also, they do it because the longer that someone spends on that Facebook ad, that sends a positive signal to Facebook, saying to Facebook, hey, this person actually liked this ad. He's not just scrolling past this Facebook ad. We should promote this ad more, since it grabs people's attention and keeps people on Facebook. And with your long form, you can explain a lot of different aspects of your product or service. You can say the experience, what people should expect, and then again, you can also say the price of it as well. So if people consume the long form and they know the price of your product or service, you can be rest assured that they're actually going to become a lead that's actually going to buy your product or service. Recording. So this next tip to improve your Facebook ad lead quality, which I was kind of alluding to in the beginning of the video, is to use a warm audience. So if you have a pixeled audience, or if you had an audience that's on an email list, or an audience that's seen your ads before and that they know who you are already, they're a lot 10, 20, 30, 40, 1,000 times more likely to buy the product or service that you are selling, because they've seen you before. You're not a stranger to them. And with warm audiences, you don't have to qualify as much in your Facebook ad, and these people are still more likely to become a lead and actually buy the product or service that you're selling. The next tip I want to give you is to increase the steps in your lead funnel. So I would avoid this if you're in e-commerce, because the more friction that you have, the less people are going to actually buy whatever product you're selling. But if you're a service-based industry and you want to make sure that the people who are, let's say, booking a time slot with you, or just becoming a lead in general, you want more steps, because if people are going through all those steps, they're going through all the hoops, they're going through pretty much the circus just to become a lead for you, then you can be pretty rest assured that they're actually interested in the product or service that you're selling. But be aware, you don't want to include way too many steps, because there becomes a point where even as a person who really wants your product, There comes a point where it's just like, it's just not worth it anymore if there's like 20 steps just to become a lead or just to book a call. So maybe something like, let's say 3 to 5 steps for a person to become a lead. I would stick with the 3. You want it to be lower, but you don't want it to be just 1 step, because then you get those low quality leads and those people aren't as invested in you to actually buy your product or service. And then the last tip I want to give you to improve your lead quality is to just say it out, right? Just say to those people, hey, we only want people who are motivated, who actually want this product or service. So if you're actually interested, please go ahead and fill out the lead form below or come to our site and book a call with us. But if you're not, please just keep scrolling and looking at cat videos for the most part. So by just saying it outright, you're gonna pretty much disqualify the people who are just looking and who are just like, maybe I'll become a lead, maybe I won't. And then people are a lot less likely to actually become a lead. And the people who aren't serious about actually buying your product or service are a lot less inclined to actually go in there and book a call with you. And that overall is just gonna waste a lot of time, because if they book a call and they're not really interested in your product or service, someone else out there could have booked a call in the same time slot that is a high quality lead. So by just saying it outright, you can literally filter out all the people who are just not interested in your product or service. So just as a review, put the price in your copy, try to do long form copy, retarget a warm audience, have more steps into your funnel so that way people are more invested into you, and just say it outright that, hey, we only want people who are actually very interested in buying my product or service. So just as a tidbit, you're obviously going to be paying more for those leads because you're filtering out people, so that's going to make it more expensive. But you can be pretty happy that when you only get 5 leads but 4 of them buy, then it's better than maybe getting 50 leads and only 5 of them buy, for the most part. Because once again, leads don't really matter if they don't turn into customers. So thank you for watching to the end. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you leave a thumbs up if you got a lot of value with this video, and be sure to click on the video I have up there that's going to explain 10 copywriting tips that are going to 10x your Facebook ads. So that way you have the copywriting expertise to actually write the copy that's going to attract the high quality leads. I'll see you guys in that video, and have a great day.